Alrighty, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about black coffee and how it relates to your metabolism. So if you're interested, definitely stick around. Alrighty, so black coffee. This is something that I've experimented with for many years now, and I will have to say it is effective. It is effective in how you do it, and of course, I will give some bonus tips at the end of the video to help you really understand how to maximize this and take it to the next level. Now, what is black coffee? I mean, I think everybody knows what coffee is. Whenever you go to a coffee store, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, wherever that they sell coffee, they give you coffee, but it looks like a little caramel color, right? It looks a little brown. It's because they have the coffee, which is actually like very dark brown, because the beans itself, right? When you make coffee, let me go ahead and share my screen so that way you guys can actually see what black coffee is. So first, what is coffee, right? Coffee bean. It comes from coffee beans, and the way we need to understand coffee, so you guys are all going to get a lesson on how coffee is made, basically. So coffee comes from this coca bean, and then when they get hardened, and then what happens is when you go to the coffee shops, like so say Coffee Bean for example, they'll take the coffee, they'll grind it into really fine particulates, and then eventually you can make your caffeine. So if I were to, now so that's like sort of dark. But now let's go to black coffee. Okay, so black coffee just means dark coffee, basically. Like there's no creamer or anything. You're not putting any cream in it. And so, which is why we want to actually stick with black coffee compared to putting some creamers, because you're actually getting different things when you're adding those creamers. But when you just do black coffee straight, you're only getting the benefits. So let's talk about what are the benefits to metabolism with black coffee. So we'll leverage the AI to help us understand. So black coffee can have several benefits for metabolism, including increasing metabolic rate. Caffeine, a natural stimulant found in coffee, can increase the number of calories burned by the body. This can lead to a temporary boost in metabolism. Number 2, suppressing appetite. Drinking black coffee before meals may help reduce feelings of hunger, which can lead to eating less and potentially losing weight. Number 3, improving insulin sensitivity. Black coffee may improve insulin sensitivity, which can help regulate blood sugar levels. This is especially beneficial for people with type 2 diabetes. See, this is good. Lowering risk of liver disease. Regular coffee consumption is associated with a lower risk of liver disease, including cirrhosis and liver cancer. Look what it said. It's important to note that adding sugar or cream to coffee can add calories and negate some of the potential metabolic benefits. This is something that we were talking about before. How if you just do black coffee, great, but if you add like the creamers and the sugars, it sort of counteracts the benefits, right? So you're technically just giving yourself more harm, and you're sort of sugarcoating, no pun intended, you're sugarcoating it with caffeine or coffee, but in reality, you're not really helping yourself. But I do want to point out a few things that they mentioned here before that is pretty important to our overall understanding of, again, if you're on that One Habit 100-day challenge, what are you doing it for? Why are you doing it for? And if you're watching this, more than likely you're trying to speed up your metabolism. And in the case of metabolism, look what it says. So black coffee, again, caffeine. Caffeine is probably the biggest thing that it's doing, right? It's giving you this clean source of caffeine, and as I mentioned in my prior videos, every video that talks about some sort of related to caffeine. Caffeine blocks your adenosine receptors. It's like an analog to, I forget what the molecule is, but at the end of the day, it keeps you alert. It keeps you awake. It does not make you feel sleepy. As a result of that, you feel wired. And at that point, we want to leverage that to increase your metabolism, do some movement, do some activities that sort of stimulate your metabolism so that you're using more fuel. Because more than likely you have a little bit extra in your body, whether you're overweight, obese, obesity, pre-diabetes, diabetes, and of course, after that, just the constellation of whatever the hell you're affected. But if we increase your metabolism, we can reduce some of that fat, reduce some of that excess burden on your other organ systems inside your body. So another thing I want to talk to you about is suppressing appetite. Drinking black coffee before meals may help. Okay, so why even worry about suppressing appetite? So what happens is when you eat a lot of ultra-processed foods, your body's satiety molecules, ghrelin and leptin, are all out of whack. They don't really know if you're full. They don't really know if you're hungry. And so both messenger hormones are just being flooded in your body, and you don't really know how to stop eating. As a result, things like this can help suppressing your appetite. But really, if you think about it, if you're eating ultra processed foods, maybe we should just stop that first. Maybe we should just stop that first, right? Right or wrong? You stop that first, that you're not really thinking about what you're eating, because of these ultra processed foods will always make you feel more hungry, because again, the moment you put it in, your body's doing no work at all to process it. It automatically gets processed into the smallest sugars, and then the body uses it. But again, remember, the body's a little slower than the ultra processed food, because the body, once it gets food, is sending a signal to the brain saying, hey, we just got food, we want more food. And so when it sends it out to the rest of the system, it's a little delayed, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but you're still hungry. So you're continuously eating because your body never feels full. So yes, if you are on the beginnings of your journey and you're still eating the ultra processed food, it's very hard for you to let go of this habit. Then of course, definitely leverage things like this that can help you suppress your appetite, so you can actually build a new normal, do a pattern interrupt in the way you live, so that way you can actually go ahead and build that habit of actually not eating ultra processed foods. That's what I wanted to mention. And next thing is, what does it say about insulin sensitivity? So obviously, whenever you talk about insulin or diabetes or pre-diabetes, anything of that sort, I'm going to be very, very curious, right? Because I'm that guy. I'm that guy who talks about metabolic diseases and disorders all the time, because what you realize is it's such a huge problem in America, and it's going to be exported out to the world. It's already started, but it's going to be even worse now. And so unless the younger generation, what I call the millennials, the Gen Zs and Gen Alpha, if they don't take advantage of their bodies now, they're gonna be in a very bad state. And I already see it already happening as I go outside. It's very, very rare to actually see fit people. Most people are overweight in my country, that is. Okay, but talking about insulin sensitivity, what does it say? Black coffee may improve insulin sensitivity, which can help regulate blood sugar. Listen. Let's be real, okay? Let's be real. We don't want to put band-aids around the situation, right? If you have high levels of sugars in your body, your caffeine or coffee ain't gonna do jack shit. You got to figure out why do you have high levels? And you can make every excuse in the world, but I would recommend looking at the things you put in front of your plate, the things you put in front of you that you're gonna put inside your mouth. Always come back to that. Don't try to beat around the bush. Your doctors will beat around the bush. Most people will beat around the bush, but you need to just go straight to the source if you are serious about what you're trying to accomplish. If not, then it's all good. This could be entertainment for you. But I really want to help you understand that every single thing that you put in your body has an impact on how you become who you are. So if you are pre-diabetic, if you are obese, if you have high sugar levels, if we were to do a sugar testing on you or you have high sugar levels, then that means, okay, what would I do? What would Shaquille do if he was in your situation? The moment Shaquille finds out that he has high levels of sugars in his body, Shaquille's gonna go on a fast. A day fast, 2-day fast, 5-day fast, a week fast, whatever the case might be, but I'm gonna try out very, very slowly. First, I'll do intermittent fasting, 16-8 schedule or 18-6, 24, whatever it is, as long as I know that I'm depriving myself of food so that I can mobilize all that extra sugar in my blood to the different parts of my body that need that energy source. Once I reduce it, and let's just say a month goes by and I still have elevated levels of sugar, then I'm going to think about, okay, now what's happening? Maybe there's a dysregulation in the way I process sugar. So maybe my insulin's out of whack. Okay, is my pancreas fatigued? Meaning, has my pancreas been stressed for such many months and years that now it doesn't really allow the insulin to come out the way it needs to? Then that's a different situation, because then that's when I'll reassess, like, okay, do I need to be on a longer fast, or do I need to start eating more ketotic, like ketotic? I don't know what the exact terminology is, but keto types of foods that's gonna now leverage that as fuel as well, and I'm gonna be using more and more. So put less pressure on the pancreas, right? So reduce the pressure on the pancreas, let the pancreas heal. It usually takes anywhere from like 3 to 6 weeks for any organs really to heal itself if you allow it to heal. So I would go on a keto diet, eat only keto foods, so that way my pancreas can replenish, then leverage all the insulin to push all the sugars into where it needs to go, and then I'll reassess. So this is a process and a journey of itself, but that's what I would do. But in your situation, if you are there and you do have diabetes, pre-diabetes, whatever the case might be, go talk to your doctor. Because if you go talk to your doctor and just let them know, hey, listen, I do feel a little overweight, I do want to lose it, I watched this video, they're recommending me that I should do some lifestyle changes, I just don't really understand what that means, can you help me? And more than likely, if they are educated and they have Bliss in their repertoire of things that they can offer you, they'll be like, okay, listen, thank you for coming in. We really appreciate the fact that you want to take these steps to help you improve your health and overall well-being. Definitely we recommend you go ahead and download Hablist, and let's go ahead and make a habit. One habit you're going to make is lose weight, and will motivate you, whether it be me telling you a motivational phrase or you telling yourself something that motivates you. We set a time every single day, you get a reminder, you do this, you check it off, and so you hold yourself accountable that you actually want to go ahead and lose your weight. So that can happen. You can definitely talk to your doctor, and don't worry, eventually we'll try to get it reimbursed by the healthcare system, because this is going to be a digital therapeutic. Very exciting stuff. That's way down the road. But if you're interested, definitely hit me up in the comments, or reach out to me via LinkedIn so we can actually talk further about this. But other than that, now let's go back to the main topic. And the main topic is black coffee and metabolism. So I'm going to come back to the main screen and just conclude my thoughts on everything that we just went over, right? So metabolism is extremely important for your overall being. You are a human that lives on Earth, that leverages fuel to actually operate. So your metabolism needs to be on point. So your proteins, carbs, and fats need to be in a good proportion enough, so that way you always feel to your optimal self. And so if you do have a little bit of excess weight, like I keep mentioning, definitely resist the urge of eating more sugars, resist the urge of consuming more fats until you get that in order. Once you get that in order, then you can do whatever the hell you want. Like right now, I don't care, I'll eat cookies all the time. It doesn't really make an impact because I'm burning this fuel all the time and I'm not storing any of this stuff. There's none of this being stored. If it does get stored, very minimal, but again, my muscles are being torn every single day in the gym, so I'm always needing fuel to replenish the muscle cells, the tissues, the fibers, everything that's there. So with that being said, guys, if you found any value in anything I said so far, definitely hit me up a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We want to help the YouTube people figure out how to get my message out to as many people as possible. So if you can help with that, definitely appreciate you. Other than that, I'm gone.